Hello, it is Ann with the Graceful Yogi today, and it is Saturday, and it is yoga class today, 60-minute yoga, and we are going to get started. I have brought a blanket. I also have a foam roller with me, and then a couple of yoga blocks. If you have 2 or 3 yoga blocks, that would be great. We're gonna try a couple little things that I saw on the internet. And I thought it'd be interesting to try this morning. All right, so we're gonna start off with our foam roller just right in front of us, and we're gonna have our feet hip width apart. I'm gonna come towards the back of my mat, and my hands are nice and spread. The palms are on the foam roller, and I'm just going to stand here, close my eyes a moment, and just think about stacking my spine and being nice and tall. Form of mountain pose, but just standing tall and really rooting the feet into the mat, to your blanket, shoulders nice and wide, not curled forward. You want to roll the shoulders back and kind of squeeze a little bit back there of those little wings back there. And you're just going to gently take an inhale and exhaling, chin to chest. Roll on down. Foam roller rolls right in front of those shins. Pausing a moment, my knees are slightly bent. Dropping my head all the way down. Palms can press into the foam roller, really kind of making a cat shape with your lower back, which you're already in that kind of cat shape. And now gently, I'm just going to bend and I'm going to roll the foam roller back up, stacking my spine, pushing my feet into the mat. Last thing to come up is the head. Beautiful. Inhaling again through the nostrils. And exhale, chin to chest. Roll on down, tucking that belly in. Nice and easy, nice and gentle. Drop all the way down. Maybe the hands come to the mat. Maybe they come a little forward. I always say it's your yoga. So you practice and feel and bend and stretch. I'm just guiding you through each pose. And now gently roll on up, exhaling the breath. Last thing to come up is the head. Beautiful. Pausing a moment here. Inhaling again through the nostrils. Widening the rib cage with the diaphragm. Exhaling, rolling down. Letting your hands just kind of drift on the top of that foam roller. Reach that beautiful stretch. Reach and roll the foam roller as far as I can. Still keeping my hands connected to the foam roller. Maybe out just slightly, and then I come back. Roll out again with these, and then come back and roll out a third set. Back. And then back to the toes, and then slowly rolling up, pressing into the mat with the legs. Standing up nice and tall. Beautiful. Take your hands on the outside of that foam roller. Lift the arms above the head with the foam roller and draw the arms down. Inhaling up 2. And come on down. And 3. And back down. 4, and back down. Beautiful. And now just to the chest, and we're going to twist to the right and come on back to center and gliding over to the left and back to center. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, exhale. To the right, to the left. One more each side, to the right and to the left. Back to center. Beautiful. And now we're just going to kind of do this nice little figure 8 where we kind of like dip the foam roller down and then lift it up. Just bending one knee, the opposite, and just find your rhythm. Really reaching and stretching with the arms, the shoulders, the side body. Nice little figure 8s. Couple more. Right side and left side. Last one, right side and left side. Beautiful. All right. And just kind of, let's do a little bell or a little teeter-totter, kind of back and forth right in front of you. Reaching up, reaching up. This feels really good. And then gently just come down right in front. Beautiful. I'm going to place the foam roller right on the mat in the center. We're going to do a little bit of kind of not a downward dog, but a supported downward dog. So the hands will be on top of the foam roller. You're standing up nice and tall, both palms half and half on the foam roller. Standing up tall, and you're just going to step back with the right foot, the left foot, and then reach the arms nice and long. The ears will go in between the arms. And if you notice, I've kind of have a slight bend in my knees, and I'm just going to tuck the belly up, bringing the belly to the spine, and then allowing for my legs to straighten out and just feeling this beautiful stretch. My arms, back of my legs, lower back, reaching, breathing. Gently bend the knees, tilt the foam roller toward you, and step forward. We're going to do a second set of that. Standing up tall, step back with the right foot, and then the left foot. Arms nice and long, head in between the arms. And now straighten those legs, tuck that belly, bring the belly up, 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 up. Reach, reach, reach. Lift up the toes. Hold it here. Breathe into it. And now slowly bring that foam roller towards you and step forward. Beautiful. Shake it out. I can feel that stretch in my arms, my lower back, the back of my thighs. It's quite lovely. All right, let's come down to our mat. I would like to do a little rolling of the spine on the foam roller. So I'm just going to place my foam roller here, fold the blanket a minute, and bring it behind me. And then I'm going to put the foam roller down on the mat. Tailbone at one end, and your head is supported at the other end. You may have to shift down a little bit. I've got my hands on either side on the floor here. My feet are nice and connected to the mat, and I'm just going to rock, roll, roll your body to either side of the foam roller. You're just rolling out that spine, either side. Might be some crunchies in there, might be some tightness in the upper back, maybe in the hips, maybe in the head. Letting your head kind of roll from side to side. Just gently moving the foam roller with your body. Either side feels really good. All right, come to center. Pause a moment there. And we're just going to take our arms to the ceiling, palms face each other. Let the shoulders drop down onto that foam roller, and then I want you to reach it up and then slowly release and kind of squeeze the foam roller with those shoulders, with the back, with your wings. Reach up again. And then gently just bring those shoulders and squeeze. And reach up for the third set. Beautiful. And gently just squeeze. Last one, reach up. And exhaling, squeezing. Beautiful. All right, relax a minute. We're just going to do some marching with the arms. So the arms, right arm goes by the ear, left arm goes by the hip, and then slowly switch. Do not try to keep the foam roller steady as you switch arms. Lengthening both arms away from each other. Find that nice little rhythm. Movement of the arms on the foam roller. We're just finding that extension, expansion, movement through the shoulders. Breathing. 4 more. And when I say 4, it means both sides count as 1. We've got 1 more left. And then the right arm extends above the head, and then the left arm extends. Beautiful. And then hands right in front, and then open up to cactus arms where the palms face up, the elbows are bent. And I want you to think about like kind of letting that feel a little bit of like dead weight so that it sort of drops down a little bit, and just find that extension there, that opening. And now you're going to close the book. Elbows and palms touch each other right in front. Open up 2 and close the book. Open up 3 and close the book. This is where we try to stay steady on the foam roller. We're using our abdominals, our legs to keep us nice and connected. 2 more. 1 and 2. Last one. Beautiful. And then open up. Place those fingertips back to the mat. Roll yourself side to side on the foam roller. Quite lovely. Working the foam roller on the back. Ooh, very nice. Let's do some toe taps. So I'm going to draw the right foot up and then the left knee up. Your knees are bent 90 degree, and you're just going to tap the right toe down and draw it up with the pelvis. Tap the left foot down and draw up. And here's right and left. Right and left. Keep the same shape of the leg, right and left. And here's 4 and 4. We're going to do 8 total. 5, and 5. If you feel like you're not getting enough in the abdominal, you want to take it to a little higher level, you just reach the toe a little further away from you. Here's 7 and 7, 8, nice and slow, and 8. Beautiful. Bend the knees in towards your chest. Flex the feet, toes point up to the ceiling, and then point the toes, and then flex those feet, and point the toes, and now straighten the right leg up, left leg up. Beautiful. Point those toes, and flex the feet, point the toes, and flex the feet. Beautiful. All right, let's open up the legs nice and wide. Turn the toes towards your mat and then bring the heels together. Point the toes, open up the legs, turn the toes towards, you're flexing your feet towards the floor. Bring the heels together. Open up legs for a third set. Turn the toes, heels together. Nice and strong with those heels. Open up, turn the toes, heels, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. And we've got 3 more. And here's 2. Last one. Beautiful. Bend those knees in. And then bring one foot down and then the other foot down. Beautiful. And then rock and roll either side. Nice and easy and gentle, back and forth. And now I'm just going to roll off my foam roller and lay on the mat. Lay on your mat to extend the legs out. Palms face up and just feel your back onto the mat. Closer to the mat. Everything feels like it's touching the mat. Beautiful. Rolling to the right side, press yourself up and grab your yoga blocks, 2 of them. You're kneeling. You're going to have your palms on top of the yoga blocks. Kneeling for a second, slide back into a child's pose. Reach those arms nice and long. May or may not touch. If you wanted to touch, I would take my hands off the yoga blocks and take my forehead onto the mat. Reaching those arms nice and long. And then raise back up to the palms onto the yoga blocks. And then roll yourself up. Nice little cat. And then draw yourself to the cow. Drop the pelvis. And then roll yourself to the cat. And nice little cow. Shoulders open up, knees open up a little bit, pressing into the mat. And then drop the head, tuck that belly to that black cat. And then let's just come to neutral spine, wag the tail back and forth. The hips go back and forth. Taking the hands off of those blocks. I just want to do some big hip circles here. So we'll go to the right and then circle back with your hips over to the left and then to the right and to the left. Nice big hip circles. Last one for each side. And now over to the left, circle down and around. And to the left, circle down and around. 3, and 4. Beautiful. And now we're just going to do our first little downward dog. So I'm going to bring my yoga blocks back onto the mat, and I'm going to curl my toes under, lift my knees up, and find myself into my dog. Downward dog, feet are nice and connected. When you have your blocks, it's a little easier to get your heels down. And we're just going to curl here, lifting one heel, the mat, the opposite heel presses into the mat, and you're really trying to lengthen the back of the hamstring here, opening up the hip, and now gently switch, breathing into it. Finding that stretch, and then release, right heel down, press into it, and then left heel down, right heel up. Beautiful. Okay. So here's one of the things I was checking out to try as we stack our blocks right underneath us. And you're going to come up onto that first block with your right foot and left foot. My knees are bent. I'm going to have to bring my hands a little bit closer to me as my palms do not want to stay on the mat. So I'm just, maybe my blocks are a little too high for this. There are yoga blocks that are half the size of mine. This is good. Regardless of where your hands are on the mat, you can have your fingertips and you just try to straighten the back of the legs here. Beautiful. And then you just want to hop off back to your downward dog. All right, let's see if we can step back up again onto that block. A little bit easier, second set. Hang, drop that head. It's a very, very, very good legs for any of you who have some hamstring tightness. You should try this. And then release. I'm going to come down to my knees and open up my blocks to either side, and then come down. I'm going to open up my knees nice and wide and come down into a child's pose. Knees opened up, forehead on the mat. Fingertips are reaching forward, but my palms are pressing so that my hips, my tailbone is trying to reach onto those heels. Breathing, trying this open leg child's pose. Very nice. And you're just going to walk yourself back up, kneeling, and we're going to come up onto our knees. We're going to do a little camel this morning, maybe a one-sided camel. You can grab your block and maybe put it right by your right foot. I'm going to curl my right toes under as I'm kneeling, hips are right above. I'm going to reach this left arm up to the ceiling, and I'm going to float my hips forward and reach back to my right heel, my right block, pushing my hips forward. reaching that left arm up. And then slowly come on up, supporting your lower back with your hand. Uncurl the toes. Let's come down and lay on the back, on our mat, on our back side for a moment. You can tuck the knees in, or you can extend the legs out long. Just for a second here. And then roll yourself to the right side. Press yourself up to kneeling. We're going to do that camel on the left side. So my hips are stacked right above. I'm going to curl right toes, left toes. Place the block right by that left heel, left foot. Inhaling, reaching that right arm up. And then pushing the hips forward, reaching for that block with the left hand. And really trying to reach the upper body up and sort of back, pushing the hips forward, finding your camel, breathing into it, breathing into it. And then slowly come on out, supporting the front and the back, and come back down to laying on your mat. Again, rolling to your side. Let's come on up. Let's see if we can try to do a full camel, which is both hands reaching back for either the blocks or the heels, curling those toes under. I'm going to put my blocks back here just in case. And then what we try to do is the arms reach up, but then we take the right arm back to the heel, left arm back to the heel or the block, and you just push those hips forward. Reaching and pushing. Squeeze the glutes. And then slowly come on up. Whew, I haven't done a full camel in quite a while. Coming back down to my mat, laying on the back side. Whew, it's always good to revisit the things that you haven't done, different poses, pausing, breathing. I felt that big stretch in my quads. Big stretch in the quads. All right. Now, I'm just going to bend that right knee in towards the chest. Grab it in front with both hands. Draw the right knee to a little bit to the outside of your torso, kind of towards that armpit. And then bring it to center, straighten the leg out in front, and now take that right leg, cross it over the left side, opening up, single leg stretch, right arm opens up to the ceiling. The right hip tries to stretch towards that left heel, left foot. I'm using my left hand to just kind of gently allow a little bit of weight onto my right leg to sort of find that twist a little bit more. Opening up, that right shoulder is slowly coming down to the mat. Right armpit opening up. Right arm lengthening on that floor. And now slowly raise that right leg to the ceiling and then open it up to the right side. I'm using my right arm as like a little kickstand to hold the leg open. Maybe you put a block. I have my foam roller right there. I can gently just have my leg lay on the foam roller a second. I'm going to lift my head and look and see what's going on with this left leg and this left hip. Got to make sure that that left hip doesn't try to follow the right. Kind of use your fingertips to kind of pull it down a little bit. Draw the right leg up a little bit higher if it will. And then let's draw that right leg up to the ceiling. And then bend the knee and draw it down to the mat nice and long. We're going to do that on the left side, bending the left knee in, hands in front of the shin, draw the left knee in first to the center, and then open it up to the armpit area. You can flex that foot, do a couple little ankle circles if that feels good. Neck is nice and long, don't arch it. And now straighten that left leg to the ceiling, and you're going to take the right hand to the outside and draw it over across the body, all the way on your block, on the floor. I have a foam roller right here. Opening up that left shoulder, left arm, palm faces up to the ceiling. And then you're finding that left hip to draw towards the right heel. And just pause here, find this beautiful stretch. Ah, very nice. Lengthen both legs, nice and long with the legs. Really try to not be bending at the knee. You want to lengthen, and you also want to really try to push that left hip towards the right. Lengthen that left arm. Palm is pressing kind of into the floor. You're opening up your chest, and now slowly raising that left leg back to the ceiling. Pausing a moment there. And then you're going to open that left leg. Find a little bit of a kickstand with the left arm. I'm going to look up, see what's going on with my right leg. I have to shift it a little bit to the midline. It was out. And now I'm just opening up this left leg to the left side. Again, I might find my right hand on my right hip. Turning my block up slightly to kind of support that left leg. Trying to lengthen that left leg, and notice my knees bent a little bit. I'm going to turn my toes towards the floor. Opening up. And now draw the left leg back to the ceiling, bend that knee, and draw the leg down to the mat. Shift a little bit off the center of my mat. So I'm going to come back to the center. Draw the right knee in and draw the left knee in. And we're going to do a little happy baby here, grabbing our big toes. And the hands are inside, rock side to side, massaging lower back, Straighten the legs one at a time. Gentle breathing while you're stretching in here. Take your time, no jerky movements in yoga. Everything is smooth. Deeper V if that feels good to you. And then drawing the knees in. Beautiful. And we're gonna roll like a little ball. So find a little momentum, roll back, and come on up, roll back, and up. 2 more. Last one. Balancing. And now I'm just going to put my feet down. We're going to come back to the foam roller. I want to do a pigeon on the foam roller. So I'm going to bring my foam roller to the center of the mat. Coming up onto the knees. Taking a sip of my tea. And so you want to bring that right knee and turn it out. So your right knee is at an angle onto the foam roller, hands in front. And you're just going to kind of find this pigeon. Let's roll a little bit on the shin. You're in a plank pose and you're rolling a bit on the shin, turning the leg left and right. And now, if you can, just extend where that ankle, right knee, come on down to your forearms. Sometimes people put I'm going to try it, put the right foot in front and you've got the foam roller underneath that right hamstring, and that is tight. It's okay. I'm going to roll a little bit on that back and forth. It's just a small little movement, but it's definitely getting into my back of my right thigh and the right hip for sure. Coming up back to my palms. And I'm going to go for a little bit deeper stretch. Rolling. Beautiful. And now put that left foot down and bring the right one back around. Whew. Yeah. Let's do the left side. So we'll start with that left shin, left knee on the foam roller. Turn just slightly and we're going to roll back and forth on the shin. My left foot kind of is in front of my right. I'm going all the way down to the ankle area on that roll. And it feels pretty darn, it's kind of, there's some pressure, but it feels good. Coming back to where now I'm going to come down onto the forearms and see if I can get a little bit of traction movement here. And then we'll try that where we bring that left foot in front of the foam roller and we see how much we can kind of roll onto that left hip. Right leg is extended, your toes are connected to the mat, and we're just trying to open up and get a little bit of movement in that back hamstring on the left side. Very nice. And then we're going to come back up and draw that left leg back. Whew. And we'll come back to our back side of our body. And I want to do a figure 4, laying on our back side, drawing the right knee in. You're going to cross the right ankle over the left and draw the left leg in and open up. Flex the feet, do some circles. Take the right elbow, press it into that right knee. Again, we're just working the hips a bit this last part of the class, which it's always funny to me where my body goes, is I don't really have a set thing I'm going to do on Saturday yoga. So it just, my body draws to where I need some more opening. All right, release that. And then stretch that right leg nice and long to the ceiling, and then all the way down by the left knee, stretch it up and go. Beautiful. And then bend that right knee, lengthen the left leg, and then cross that left foot on top of the right knee. Draw the right knee towards you. Beautiful. Opening up, circles with those ankles. Left elbow goes into the left leg a little bit to open up for that figure 4. You can rock a little side to side if that feels good. Beautiful. Draw the knee in a little closer if you want to. Really feeling this stretch all the way from the knee down, all the way into the attachment here. Oh, it's so good. And then release, putting that right foot down, and then the left one extends to the ceiling. Point the toe nice and long. Extend it long towards the floor. Bring it up to the ceiling. Extend long and bring it up again. Beautiful. Bend the knee. Come back. And now we're just going to do a roll-up, Pilates roll-up. My legs are extended. My arms are right above my shoulders. You're inhaling, arms go away from you towards the ears. Exhale, chin to chest. And you're going to roll yourself up to a nice seated position. I'm going to get myself a little bit more onto the mat here as I reach my arms up and I do a nice little forward fold. Breathing into it, lengthening. Forward fold. It's a hinge at the hips and your heart is trying to come towards the shins, towards your feet. Again, lengthening. We're just working on the hips, the back of the legs, the hammies. Let's work on the quads also. So now we're just going to bend both knees, come to our belly, laying on our belly. We're going to do gentle quadricep stretch. Arms are extended nice and long in front and toes uncurl. Pause here a moment. Make sure your hips are nice and equal on the mat. You can rock a little side to side. Bend that right knee. Reach back with the right hand and grab the right foot. Slowly,
you're going to bring that heel towards your butt. Nice and gentle, nice and easy. Try not to curl anything in the lower back. Gently release, switch. Left arm comes back, the left knee bends, and you try to draw that left heel towards your butt. Right arm reaches away, left arm reaches away, and you're gently just finding that beautiful little quadricep stretch. Might be easy here because we did our camel. Gently release. Beautiful. Turn your head either to the left or the right. Come back to center with the forehead on the mat. And you're going to put your hands right by your shoulders and see if you can lift up into a plank pose. Plank pose. Find your plank on your mat. Pushing those heels back, the shoulders right above the palms, holding it here. Head nice and long, spine long, gaze beyond your mat. Holding it. Being strong right here in the plank. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left knee comes down, right knee comes down. Slide back into your child's pose. Forehead comes down to the mat. Bending your elbows, placing your hands behind your head. Release the hands back down to the mat. Your hands towards your knees. Beautiful. All right, our last little pose of class today will be we'll go into Shavasana. And so we're just going to bring our legs out in front of you, seated forward fold, and take our junk off our trunk, reaching the arms up to the ceiling, gentle forward fold, hinging at the hips. One last little stretch here. Press those legs into your mat. By that I mean find your squeezing, contracting those legs. When I say press into the mat, contract the legs. Be strong with those legs in your contraction. And now slowly you're going to roll down one vertebra at a time to come down to Shavasana. Taking your time. Laying down on your mat with your feet slightly apart, your arms long, palms face the ceiling. Relax here. Shavasana. Let everything go. Don't hold anything in the mouth. Tongue relaxes. The throat relaxes. The shoulders. Let the shoulders go. It's okay to shift a little bit. It's okay to kind of shake your body, to kind of let go. Let all the organs relax in there. Let the hips relax. The glutes, the hamstrings. Let all of the back of the leg, the front of the leg. Nice breathing in through the nostrils. Exhaling out through the nostrils. Take your time to start to come back by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Nice and gentle. Reaching the arms above the head. Reach the legs away from you for a big, beautiful starfish stretch. Rolling to the side. Pausing in the fetal position. Knees are bent, elbows are bent. Pausing. Taking your time to press up into a seated position. Gently coming back from that beautiful restorative Shavasana. Beautiful stretchy class today with the foam roller. Cross your legs in front of you if you can. If not, you can sit on a pillow or a blanket, legs extended out in front. Let's take our hands together. We'll do 2 ohms to close the class today. Inhaling. Let's bow our heads together in gratitude for the practice we just did in community, in gratitude, in peace and love. Thank you so much. Namaste.